we as human beings, it doesn't matter what color you are, what country you come from, or what language you speak. We're all human beings, and we get fighting, and we like it, and it is a part of pop culture.
We generally do root for the person of our race. I mean, that's
listen. My thing with that is
maybe that's changed.
During my generation, I would say the generation before me. I'm 54. The generation before me was probably that way, but I grew up idolizing, black athletes. Huge Michael Jordan fan.
Yeah.
Tyson. You know what I mean? We did idolize black athletes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I've only been to one boxing match. I was out here in L.A., and it was Sugar Shane Mosley, I think, against, I don't know, a Latino fighter.
Right.
And the crowd was a lot of black and Latino, and I'm pretty sure.
Well, that makes sense. See, I think it's more. I think it's more of.
And I think it's been
if you're from England, and the fighter is black, and you're white from England, you're rooting for the English fighter. And I think it's all these different countries, but in America, no, you're rooting for whoever. Let me tell you what. Every white guy, whoever fought Mike Tyson. Nobody was rooting for the white guy. I promise you that. Everybody wanted Tyson to win the fight. Tyson was this.
Yeah, I'm just saying, historically, boxing has been a proxy for racial animus. Like, I'm not sure that, Max Schmeling,
that's a whole nother fucking ballgame.
What they called the Great White Hope.
Yeah.
There was
nobody in America wanted Max Schmeling to win, white or not white. You wanted Joe Louis to win that fight.
And I'm sure you're familiar with the history of Jack Johnson.
Of course.
I mean, that
phenomenal
talk
story.
About a bad dude.
Phenomenal story.
To do what he was doing in that era,
didn't give a fuck,
and paid the price.
Yep.
But he was like, white girls,
100%
going every like I am just. Well, that was
this whole thing about trafficking. That's where that started.
Trafficking? What do you mean?
When you really look at what the definition of trafficking is, if you could, they could get you for trafficking if you invite a woman to another state, you fly her out, and you have sex with her, she's been trafficked.
Ooh.
Yeah. That started with Jack Johnson. That's how that law came into place. Isn't that fascinating?
You mean they made the law for him?
Yes.
It could be called...
That law was created for him because he was bringing white women across state lines.
Well, we have come a long way.
We have.
We really have.
I agree.
And that's good to hear that you don't think that it's, yeah, I'm sure you're right.
That it's racial. No, listen, these days, especially with the UFC, I mean, we have fighters from all over the world. You'll have Americans cheering for Brazilians. When you think about boxing back in the day, first of all, the big fights would all happen in either Las Vegas, Atlantic City, sometimes New York and LA, Madison Square Garden in LA, right? And when we came in, I mean, I'm doing a fight in St. Louis. We do fights all over the world. And we have so many different fighters. For instance, we had a Brazilian in the main event last Saturday. Lots of people were rooting for the Brazilian over the American. I can do a fight in Arizona with a Brazilian and a Polish fighter, and the thing will sell out.
Look, everyone, even this would by the dogma of the woke, they would say everyone is somewhat racist. If you don't think you're racist, dig deeper. Okay, dig deeper, Dana White. Dig, you fucking dig.
I believe you. I'm with you on that one.
Okay, so we're all trying to dig. They think I should dig. Some people too. Okay, I'm always trying to dig. Always have. Was raised that way.
There's racist people in every group of human beings that walk the face of the earth. There are racist black people.
Right.
There are racist Asians.
Now I remember.
There are racist white people. There are racist. And I can say this to you. You don't have kids.
No.
But I can tell you this. I say this all the time. Nobody knows who you are better than your children. Your children. And when you were just talking about the thing, dig deeper, Dana White, dig deeper. Your kids at your house. I mean, you grew up in a house. You had parents.
I was a kid.
You see the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know exactly who your parents are and what they do. And I say this all the time. I said, you take my kids, strap my kids up to a lie detector test, and ask them who I am and what I'm about. And let me tell you what, you'd be shocked to find out that, there isn't a racist bone in my body. And that's a fact.
I believe you. But I do think you're not right about, maybe it's a different in generation, but I don't feel like I knew my parents. My parents were great because in their generation, they just like I never saw my father like say a word worse than hell or damn.
Right.
And sometime later in life, I was talking to somebody who had worked with him in the office. You know, he was in radio news and told me some stories about him. And of course, they said he was very funny, but told like really dirty jokes and really dirty stuff and had a sex on his son. That's where it came from. But I never saw that.
Yeah,
ever,
that's
because
that's
they
a
didn't
good
do
point.
It in front of the kids.
And some of the I think that's different these days.
Hey, thanks for watching the clip. Hit the subscribe button now so you never miss out on our Club Random content that's posted daily.